Hi, this is David Stanko for AmericanSalon.com. Join me every other week to hear me interview industry celebs and other interesting folks. Hello and welcome to Voices That Matter with American Salon. My name is David Stanko, and here we are in this almost October month. I have a colorful conversation planned for you with our friend Sue Pemberton. Hi, Sue.
Hi, David. How you doing?
Yeah, good. Thanks for doing this. I feel like we've chased each other for about 25 years, and we finally get to sit down and do this.
I know. You know what's funny, though? I was thinking, who's going to interview David?
Well, I don't know. Maybe karma will kick in, and that'll happen someday. I'm open to it. So, I'm sure the... Go ahead,
I was going to say, I'm sure the American Salon stylist would love to know about you as well.
Yeah, they've been very kind to me. I've got a nice junket of press from them, and this has been a fun thing to do. It's a good excuse to rekindle friendships or build other friendships that, you know, like I've known you around for literally 25 years or so. We'd see each other at shows, and now it's nice to do this. So what's going on with you? How are you?
I'm good. Bit busy. Lots going on, actually. I'm always kind of a person that has all my fingers in pots, so to speak. So, you know, I've been busy and life's good.
Good. Well, I'd like everyone to know some of your accolades. You know, you've been NAHA, North American Hairstyling Awards, two-time winner in 2013 and 2007, and equally impressive is being nominated in this the NAHA Awards for 8 times, right?
Yeah, exactly. 7 times in hair color, 1 time in editorial with Vivian McKinder.
Oh, that's fabulous. Well, hair color, of course, is our passion, and that's something I really want to get your opinion on because, Sue, when I think of you, I think of really the grassroots person who started a lot of these vivid colors. And I know that that's something you really love to do with Joico, and you've done a lot of the ad campaigns for Joico in terms of color on the models. And what can you tell us? How did that evolve for you? What's been the career path of Sue Pemberton?
Well, it's very interesting because in an early age of my career, someone, I can't remember who, but someone said to me, you have to have a signature. They explain that you have celebrities, they have a signature, you have actors, singers, they all have their own signature. And they said to me, you have to have a signature. So I decided that I love vivid, bright hair color. So I thought, well, I love Claude Monet, the artist, and I thought, that's what I love. That's my signature. I'm going to make that my signature because it's what I actually love to do. And to put bright, vivid colors together and to make them unique and individual and, you know, art, as opposed to just, it's not just green hair, it's green hair with, you know, 3 or 4 colors in it. So, and I also felt that, you know, in the world of hair color, if you see color, in the world of hair color, colors are in the hair, but it was lacking blue and green. And if you look at color outside, we have a lot of blue and green in our world of color. And I wanted to bring that into the world of hair color because I didn't understand why it wasn't popular.
Well, I don't think anyone does it better than you, Sue. You've had a lot of time to hone that skill and you execute it so beautifully. What's your comment on that resubmergence of bright and vivid colors today, what we see today?
Well, I mean, to be honest, I've been asked many, many times, is bright and vivid color just a trend? And yes, it has been a trend, but I honestly do feel it's here to stay. It's not a trend that's going to come and go. It is just part of hair color evolving. So I feel that, bright, vivid hair color is here. And if you look at, anybody, Instagram pictures and Pinterest, and you just look for hair color, you can see that hair color, clients aren't scared of hair color. They're more scared of cutting their hair than they are coloring their hair. And you can see that, which is true. You see, the long, wavy, curly hair, and they brightly color it, but they probably won't cut it, but they will color it. So I think that the trend, yeah, go on.
No, I was going to comment. I think you're right. Trend that sort of comes in and out, and it's certainly been around and on all the social media. And I think if I met you in an airport or we were hanging out, I would ask you this: what's your comment on a lot of the younger colorists that are taking on these bright, vivid colors? And do you think there's any mistakes or improvements or technical tips that you could provide?
Well, first of all, I think it's great that they're doing it. Any way, shape, or form. I think to be fearless in hair color is good. So, to me, if younger stylists, colorists are doing brighter, bolder color, then good for them. Because hair color in a business, in the salon, is a big revenue. It's not a small ticket price. It is, a big revenue. So good for them. As far as how can we all do it better? I would just say always remember to use color harmony so that the colors complement each other, and just do it tastefully.
Now, what about the bleaching out process? That can be a whole other specialty on its own, and then it gets complicated sometimes with coloring the bright colors. But as a colorist, I'd like to know what your tips are for doing the perfect lightener, bleach out on scalp.
Yeah, and that's funny because for me, every color I do, I have to pre-lighten bleach in order to be able to see the color. And for me, it's a natural thing. Okay, I've got to pre-lighten the hair, so it's just a step that I have to do to preview what I want to show. And I know for a lot of stylists or colorists, bleaching is an art form, and a lot of people are scared, especially the client. Especially when you say to the client, "I'm going to bleach your hair," that's a big, scary thing for them. But I think like with the ombre bleaching, that's a bit more salon friendly for the client, for the hairdresser, because you're not going to the scalp. Personally, I use a lot of foiling, and I do go to the scalp, depending on what I'm doing. But I always use a low volume of developer. I generally use a 10 volume because I want to save the integrity of the hair. The only time I would go to 20 volume, 6%, is if someone's been coloring their hair at home and maybe they've used a black color that I know is going to be difficult to remove. But other than that, I would use a 10 volume. I'd rather work slow and it lifts slowly rather than it lifting too fast. And then I've got different areas of the head that are different levels of lift. Start at the back, because that way you can rinse the back. And I would time my application. So I'd do quarter of the head and time myself, and then do the other quarter, the front quarter, and time it. And rinse off the first section whilst I wait the timing for the second section, and then rinse that, and then wait the timing so that my bleach is even. Because you can't just put it on and then just rinse it all off at the same time if you want it to be even, because it won't be.
Well, you know what? I have to echo that. I mean, like I said, I consider you an expert in that field, and I so appreciate you commenting on 10 volume and taking your time and treating the hair with respect, taking a portion down, returning, applying another section. Everyone who's listening, I think that is a huge secret to both lightening the hair and also setting yourself up for doing any type of toning or bright colors. Thank you, Sue, for saying that. That's been the
You're
that's
welcome.
been the fun that's been the fun part of doing this is somehow I managed to connect with people and interview them that we have the same philosophy. So without even prompting, you said it. I think that's fantastic.
Yeah, and the other thing too, David, I mean, I do a lot of foiling, and I like to do quick, easy techniques. So a lot of time I'm doing 12 foils, 15 foils, 16 foils. So I'm not actually doing a full head bleach. I can, of course, but I don't. I try to, well, I try to stay away from that, to be honest. So I would talk the client, the model, into doing something. I can get my wow effect by doing 24 foils. I don't have to bleach it all over.
Now, you made a comment about blue and green in our everyday world. For yourself, what sort of photography, museums, or what's your muse to sort of recharge your eye? What turns you on and you think, wow, that's cool. I'd like to try to translate that to hair color.
Lots of things, but it's normally my inspiration comes from my general surroundings. So, for example, maybe I go for a walk and I see tree bark and I think, oh, I love the grey and the brown. Or maybe I see rocks or leaves or flowers or fur or I love fashion. Alexander McQueen's one of my favorites. Balenciaga. I love Claude Monet. I've mentioned him already. I think he's fabulous. The way he uses colour and the way he uses colour in different lights is very important. So I do a lot of, for me personally, I look beyond the norm, as in, even if you look at light reflection, but sometimes we can just look at things and we're just looking at the obvious. And I think that you have to look beyond it to see things that is not the obvious. Does that make sense?
Yeah, it does. It's training your eye through the other disciplines you mentioned, like fashion and art and paintings. Yeah, that totally makes sense. I just saw, Stu, a really great Alexander McQueen documentary, and that's so top of mind for me right now, just the brilliance and the risks that he took to get where he is. What were some of your very well known with the world of Joico and education and training and all of that? What are some of the risks that you took to get to this point in your career?
Well, I think having your own signature and being brave enough to say, this is who I am, this is what I love, and this is what I'm going to do. And even in 2007, when I won NAHA, I did enter previously, and I was nominated twice. And I was looking to see what are the judges choosing, what's winning. And I decided in 2006, when I did that photo shoot, I decided I don't care what the judges are choosing. what I care about is if I get the opportunity to get on a stage and accept an award, do I love the art that I've platformed, that I've put out there? So when I did my 2006 shoot, I did my signature. I did what I love to do. And I thought, well, if it wins, it wins. If it's nominated, it's nominated. If it's not, it's not. But either way, it's what I love. And it won. So, it was good. So basically, I guess what I would say to people is, do your thing. What is your thing? What's your signature? What do you love to do?
Now, how did you come upon that signature of bright colors? I'm starting out, you have all these different things you can do or execute. How is it you were gravitated towards that style of coloring?
I don't know, but I love Claude Monet, and if you look at his art, it's very, very colourful. And there's something that draws me to it that I mean, it's like, when you see Claude Monet, it's Claude Monet because
Right.
it's got a signature, right? And there's just something that draws me to that. And when it comes to hair color, obviously I can do anything when it comes to hair color. I can do, your pretty bleach blonde, your natural highlights, your, toffee and caramel in a brunette, whatever. And all of it I like to do. But when it comes to hair color, I just have this thing for bright colors. I don't know what it is. It's just me.
Does that come out? Go ahead.
Sorry?
I was asking, does that come out in your own personal style or how you decorate your home or apartment?
Well, interesting enough, I just had somebody visit my house and they said it's exactly what they'd expect it to be. And I said, well, what did you expect? And they said, because, I'd love to be an interior designer. I love doing hair. I've only done hair, but if I didn't do hair, I'd do interior designing. And they came to my house and they said, wow, it's exactly what I'd expect it to be. And I'm like, well, what did you expect? But I've got this, it's not modern. It's not modern. I'm not into, I'm into very classy French, Italian, 19th century stuff. Does that make sense?
Yeah, that's exclusive, very expensive taste.
Yeah, well, I don't buy it, can't afford it, but I like that kind of feeling.
Maybe if you lived another life, that was your heyday, right?
Yeah, because you know what I used to love? You know what I love too? Is I love the Victorian clothes, the big dresses and the hair.
I agree. And the fineness of the textiles and the sort of the very subtle nods to expensive fabrics and gold gilding, I'm with you. I think that's beautiful.
Yeah, and I'm into that. I'd love to wear one of them dresses. I don't think I'd look good in it, but I'd love to put it on.
Hey, you know what? Halloween's coming up. You could try it out, and if you love it, that's what you can wear to the salon the following Tuesday.
Yeah, it probably would be good. It'd be fun, that's for sure.
Plenty of places to clip your clips to, huh?
Yeah, exactly. A big meringue dress.
Oh, it'd be awesome. Take a picture, send it to me. So you mentioned home and personal style. Do you consider yourself more of a homebody, or do you love to go out or see friends? What's sort of your downtime pleasure?
Okay, well, I'm a little bit of everything. I like to have fun. I'm a fun person. I love to enjoy life. I would say if you asked me at 21, I'd say I'm a party animal. But if you'd ask me now, in the age which I'm not going to disclose with you, I would tell you I'm more of a homebody. So
when is your birthday, Sue?
Oh, you're going to love this. I'm a Leo.
Oh, wow.
Leo the lion. Which is strange because actually I'm quite shy. And Leos are supposed to be outgoing and whatever. But I would say I'm a bit of both. I do love to have fun. But I also enjoy my home. And I think part of not being a party animal now is because of doing the job I've done, which is traveling around the world, staying in 5-star hotels, going out fine dining. When I come home, I want to be at home. I don't go on vacation. I don't want to because my job's traveling, so I want to be at home. And this you're going to love, but one of my favorite things to do when I totally, because normally I'm always researching, I'm always a computer, I'm always looking at art, I'm always looking at fashion, photography, interior design. But when I really want to just switch off and do nothing, I'm a gamer. I like to play PlayStation.
You're kidding me.
Yeah, and I have them all of them. I have every console you could ever want. I have it all.
That is hysterical. You're the kind of girl that is like, oh, okay, I'll play doubles with you, real innocent, right? And then you just cream everyone and get really mean and aggressive. And
well, I won't get mean and aggressive, but you'd have a lot of fun.
Oh, that's fantastic.
Yeah,
so where do you call home?
Sorry, well, I currently live in Las Vegas. I live in Las Vegas. I did live in LA for 20 odd years. Moved to Las Vegas. Actually love it. One of the reasons I moved was because I couldn't afford a house in LA. But in Las Vegas, it's, economical, and I can afford a house. And I think that's part of why I like it, because I have my own house. And it's sunshiny every day and blue skies, and it's kind of like what's not to like, really. It's got everything you want.
Today in New York is the first sort of entrance to fall. It's, that light rain, and it's chilly, and everyone's out with their big umbrellas, and they knock you over on the sidewalk. It's, it's a good time in New York now.
Yeah, but you gotta say New York is fantastic.
Yeah, there is an energy here that's kind of addictive.
I always say that if I was 21 and I did it all again, I'd do Sex in the City. I'd be Carrie Bradshaw.
With green and blue hair, though, right?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, but I'd be Carrie Bradshaw, Sex in the City.
So what's next for Sue? What's on your career roster in the near future?
Okay, well, I'm the kind of person that I always have something happening. Sometimes I can't always say what they are. But I do believe, and I think if I can give anybody some advice in whatever career, is you should always have a 6-month plan, a 1-year plan, a 2.5-year plan, 5-year plan, a 10-year plan, and a 15-year plan. And you should always be constantly working towards what that goal or plan is. And I clearly have mine, some that I can't talk about. But I want to keep going. I'm far from being done in this industry. Just want to keep colouring everybody's world and my world. I love what I do. I love my industry. It's the only thing I've ever done is hair. And people say to me, if you want a lot of money, would you quit? And I say no. I still do what I do because I love doing it. So what's my next plan? Continue doing what I'm doing, obviously. And I've got fingers and eggs in different baskets, as they say. And I've just done some photo shoots with Charlie Price, and they'll be releasing soon. And I've done stuff with Vivian, and I'd like to shoot with many icons, because it's a different vibe when you shoot with a different person.
Yeah, so that's a beautiful.
So I plan to do a lot more of that, and I have been doing that. Photo shoots, classes, seminars, teaching, doing hair.
Well, Sue, you mentioned a couple things that you probably can't disclose right now. So can you tell all our listeners here at Voices That Matter ways they can follow you and see when some of this stuff is rolling out?
Yes, absolutely. All social media is under Sue Pemberton. You can go to my website, which is suepemberton.com, Instagram, Twitter, Facebook. Unfortunately, I have 5,000 friends, so you have to do my fan page. but I try to post a lot of inspiration formulas on my website, Pemberton.com. There is a education area, and it has technical step-by-steps that are all complementary, and you can download the formulas, you can download the technical steps, and there's plenty on there to keep everybody busy, including myself, and that's how you can find me. And I just love to share. So if you're on Facebook or Instagram, I like to share formulas, inspirations, quotes. That's, to me, why I use social media, is to inspire and motivate and be motivated myself.
Well, beautiful. Well, Sue, you've motivated me, and you certainly shared with me, and I think all of the American Salon listeners will you'll get a couple more visitors out of this phone call. And I want to say thank you. I really appreciate you taking time to chat me up and give us some insight into your world. And I really hope to see you somewhere soon. Maybe we can work together and share a stage or something in the future.
Or a photo shoot.
Yeah.
Anyway, I want to say thank you so much for inviting me to do this interview. I greatly appreciate it, and it's always a pleasure to chat with you, and I'll see you somewhere soon.
All right. Okay, everyone. Sue Pemberton for Voices That Matter in American Salon. Stay tuned for our next one. See you, Sue.
Bye.